If you want to level up your editing in DaVinci Resolve 20, the Keyframe Editor and Curve Editor are two of the most useful tools you can learn. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use both of them step by step so you can create smoother motion, fine-tune animation timing, and make your edits look much more professional. If this tutorial helps you out, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more DaVinci Resolve tips, tricks, and workflow guides. Let's jump right in. First, open DaVinci Resolve and go to the Edit page. Then select a clip on the timeline that does not already have any animation applied to it. This is important because it gives you a clean starting point and makes it easier to see exactly what each keyframe is doing. With your clip selected, go to the inspector on the right side of the interface. Here you'll find the transform controls like zoom and position. To begin creating animation, click the diamond icon next to zoom to set your first keyframe. Then click the diamond icon next to position as well. These diamonds tell Resolve to remember the current values at that exact point in time. Now move the playhead forward in the timeline to a different point in the clip. Once the playhead is in the new position, change the zoom and position values. As soon as you adjust those controls, DaVinci Resolve automatically creates a second set of keyframes. This is what builds the motion between the 2 points and creates the animation. Next, to view those keyframes directly on the timeline, click the Keyframes icon at the top left of the timeline header. This opens the integrated Keyframe Editor tracks for the selected clip. Now you can see the keyframes without having to guess where they are hidden inside the inspector. On the zoom and position tracks, you'll notice white diamonds. These diamonds represent the exact timecode locations of the keyframes you created in the inspector. This is really useful because it gives you a visual map of the animation inside the clip. If something feels off in your timing, this is where you can inspect and adjust it. If you want to change the timing of a motion, simply click and drag one of the diamonds horizontally. Moving it left or right shifts when that part of the animation happens. If you want to remove a specific animation point, right-click the diamond and choose Delete. That lets you clean up unnecessary keyframes without affecting the rest of your movement. Now let's move into the Curve Editor. Click the Curve Editor icon, which looks like a jagged line, next to the zoom parameter. This expands the spline graph interface below the track. The Curve Editor gives you a much more detailed view of how the animation behaves over time, which is especially helpful when you want precise control over motion. In the graph, select a keyframe and then click the Bezier icon or the S-curve icon at the top of the editor. This lets you switch between linear motion and smooth motion. Linear motion gives you a more direct, even transition, while Bezier or S-curve motion creates a more natural and polished feel. To fine-tune that motion even further, grab the red or white handles that appear on the curve. Pulling these handles changes the ease of the animation. According to the official documentation, ease refers to the acceleration and deceleration of the parameter, so this is where you control how quickly the motion starts and how slowly it settles. A little easing can make a huge difference in making motion feel cinematic instead of robotic. If you need even more precision, use the zoom slider at the bottom of the Keyframe Editor. This lets you expand the vertical or horizontal scale of the curves, which is perfect for frame-by-frame adjustments. When you're working on detailed animation, being able to zoom in on the graph helps you make tiny adjustments that would be impossible to see at the default view. And if you're working on a more complex animation, there's one more very helpful feature. Click the pop-out button in the top right of the panel to detach the Keyframe and Curve Editors into a floating window. This gives you a much larger workspace, which is especially useful when you're managing multiple parameters at once and need more room to see everything clearly. So to quickly recap, you start by setting keyframes in the inspector, then open the Keyframe Editor to manage timing, and finally use the Curve Editor to smooth and refine the motion. Once you understand how these three parts work together, you have much more control over your animations in DaVinci Resolve 20. If this tutorial helped you, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next DaVinci Resolve guide. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.